When it comes to fully electric vehicles, one of the biggest concerns people have is their range, as well as the ability to charge them in a timely manner.
The way you solve that is that you have a really robust infrastructure that people can rely on.
And though some charging stations do offer hyper-fast 350 kilovolt charging, perception doesn't meet reality for some drivers.
They said this is super fast charging. Do you think it charges fast enough?
No. So it advertises up to 350. I've never seen it go really past 150, and even that's rare.
And then there's the availability of charging stations. In places like this, there's not a lot of them.
Or places like this, where they're clustered all together.
What areas of the country right now are doing better than others when it comes to infrastructure?
Yeah, we see states like California and cities like San Francisco, San Diego, and Los Angeles are right at the top of the list in terms of how many chargers they've got. Believe it or not, Vermont actually, as a state, has more chargers per resident.
Surprisingly, good charging infrastructure is popping up in places you might not expect.
States like Alabama or Missouri or Wyoming or South Dakota that are growing faster than states like California and Oregon because they've got so little there.
I don't live in a single family home. I live in a condo, so I have to come use these.
Meanwhile, the federal government is trying to build out a network of charging stations across the country, starting with major highways and interstates.
The government will probably work with private companies and try to incentivize them to build them.
And what about the charging units themselves? It can cost up to $1 million just to install one of these.
These level 3 fast chargers, they require a robust source of energy and a robust pipeline to get that energy into your car from the charging unit. And it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of kind of hardware work and tearing things up to put those in. And that's why it costs so much.
In the past few months, automakers have backed off on their commitments to make their entire fleets EVs, and there's good reason.
We just need to be realistic about the variations in driver needs and driver kind of situations, and realize that EVs make absolute sense for some and absolutely no sense for others.
For many others, a gas-electric hybrid is the best option, with high mileage, low emissions, and no worries about the lack of availability of a charging infrastructure. Working for you, I'm the consumer guy, Steve Sprazier.